Anyway, I mean, whatever communication is there, we always want to share with everybody so that we can take suggestions. Regarding back home, we have a few communications with them. I had spoken to the JSC, Mountain Group, and the women's group also had called up, and various other leaders also. And the reality of the FIR, I think it has come up now, because today when I spoke to Mountain Group, that how long does it take to file an FIR? You know, you just go to the police station with a complaint and within 5-10 minutes you should be getting a copy. So what he told me was that they spoke to the police, and after they found out that the police already had a FIR file, suo motu, they said they first want to see the content of that. They first want to see the content of that FIR, then only victim family will be filing an FIR accordingly. So that they had a meeting today and they expect to do it tomorrow. So every day we're updating that maybe tomorrow. They also like mipite somehow. But anyway, we hope that they'll be doing it by tomorrow. And also the mother groups had spoken to us and we told them, why don't you find a way to activate the other districts also? And the truth is that they didn't have any telephone numbers. So from here we have sent all the numbers of the Chandel District Women Association President, Senapati District, Ukhrul District, and Naga Women Association President. I have sent all the numbers to them, so they'll be speaking with them. And they also had already made 9 coffins to be used in the coffin rally on the 9th. So if I don't know what would be the opinion of everybody, but personally I thought that instead of having that mass movement in Churchandpur again, why not go down to Imphal? Yes. And all the mothers from different districts also come down to Imphal, and maybe the JSC, JPO can hire 20-30 bus for them from Churchandpur. They can all come down and start marching from Kaisampat to the Chief Minister's residence or something. And if it is the mothers group, then chances of violence is also lesser. So that is what we thought would propose. If anybody had an opinion or against it or pro it, then would like to hear. I haven't proposed. I haven't told them, but I'm intending to tell them. So I'm just sharing with you if you all find it's okay. So that is one thing. Their communication with other various districts had already started, and 9 is coming. We still have 7 days to propose. And I briefly asked the JSC and JPO if Delhi finds it okay, we would like to propose to the mother that they go down to Imphal for the rally, not in Churchandpur. So they say, and would you be in any way be able to support them if that proposal is accepted, that you give them 30-40 buses for all the mothers? Then they said if the mothers really try to do and if they approach us formally, will definitely be able to help. So that is also one development. And in the front of Delhi, tomorrow morning 10 a.m. we'll be meeting a MP from the tribal brothers, the Bodo group. We'll be meeting them, and we'll be meeting other various dignitaries also to take this movement forward. And we are sorry that at certain times, there are so many people who are here before even we could reach here, because we end up getting stuck up somewhere or the other. So it's my apology. It's not that we're roaming around and coming late. It is because of some work that we tend to come a bit later than some of you also. And I request you not to feel bad that you arrive here and you haven't seen most of the MTF leaders still not being present here. It is always due to a reason. So I would want you, request you to understand. And our news is spreading. Media houses are covering. And the queens.com, I don't know how widely publicized they are. I don't know. They just called me up and they wanted to do an article on it. A student in JNU with Sam and all, they're also working on an article. And we also have inputs from various friends that a group from JNU and LSR and Delhi University group also want to come and participate and first come and consult us how could they contribute. So the news is spreading out and people are slowly picking it up. We tribals, as we had always been neglected in Manipur, which we call us our own state. No doubt we're being neglected here in Delhi also, but we don't lose hope. We'll continue the fight. We'll be together so long as we stay united and we don't give up. Eventually they'll have to listen to us. They'll have to listen to us. So until everybody pays a listening hearing, until Narendra Modi take us seriously, until the central government take us seriously, we are not going to give up the fight. And we are determined this time, and we are united. So don't lose hope if you see less number. As we always say, this is a relay dharna, and it is the consistency which is more important than the numbers we have. No doubt we want big numbers, but at least let's hope on the 9th we will have that number which we so desire. And I once again appeal to all of you to do whatever you can in your own capacity also to garner more support, not only from the tribals of Manipur, not only within us, but outside also. Be it from the mainland people, be it your office colleagues, or be it your student classmates. So spread this news and tell them that the tribals are really in need of support. And this is not something that which we are demanding, which is not rightfully ours. It is ours which we're claiming. The 9 murderers, as I always said, had already paid for it, and it is for us to claim. They have already paid with their life, and we are still alive. So we don't necessarily need to pay with our life if we can claim what is rightful to us. And if we do not, if we fail to do that now, there will be more martyrs in the future. And someday it could be you, it could be me, it could be our children, it could be my son, your brother, your sister. So since 9 of them have significantly, 9 of them have died because of the discrimination we always face and because of the 3 bills. Now it is our time to take up the baton from them and move forward and get total separation from the Manipur government. And why so? We need to be totally separated. You all know we have been discriminated upon in each and every angle. The valley people had never considered us as one of them, had never considered us one of their rightful partners. Because even in the government functioning, even in the state assembly, we are not even represented equally as they had made themselves represented. And as we always say, the reason why we have lesser MLAs is not because we are less. It is because their policies that disallow us to have more MLAs. In Churchanpur itself, you have 48,000 population, and you should be having at least 2 MLAs. When a 27,000 population of valley people can have 1 MLA, we are deprived in each and every way. Developments, why are we here in Delhi? I work with the Northeast community in Delhi, closely with the nodal officer Robin Ibu also. Most of the crimes which happens in Delhi against the Northeast, maximum 70-80% of them are for people from Manipur. The reason why, and mostly majority used to be tribals. The reason why we have to come out here to study and to look for a livelihood, for our employment, is because there is no source out there. We don't have colleges and schools there. If it is there, students doesn't have to come out here. We are deprived of development in our area, in all the tribal areas. That is why we have to come out here in Delhi. If there is job, there is no private institutions, there is no jobs at all in our area, nothing is developed. That's why we have to come out here looking for job, working in BPO, working in malls and working as sales boys, sales girls. Had the development been not deprived by the state government, we would be happily staying with our family members. Leaving behind our mother and father, we have to come here because Manipur government had deprived us of what we rightfully deserve. Indian government had sanctioned a certain amount of money for the state of Manipur, and we're not being given even 20% of it. 90% of the land is not being even given 20%. 10% of the land retained nearly 90% of the money which is sanctioned by the Indian government. They also were deprived. All the roads, development, construction, institutions, colleges, everything is confined within the valley. That's why we had to come out here. That's why in Delhi we're majority. And even now we haven't heard a single valley people coming and showing sympathy or coming and showing support that what Manipur government did is wrong. Not a single one of them had come out here. In our protest here, we're reaching the 30th day. We haven't seen. But had a government been unjustly doing to the valley people, I believe, being a Christian and also as a tribal, at least 1 or 2 of us would have gone and voiced, yes, what the government did to you is wrong. So the valley people, not only the government, the valley people themselves discriminate us, marginalize us. They never considered as one of the equal citizens of Manipur. We had always been treated as an outsider even within our states. So if we're outsider, then let us claim the right of that outsiderness. Let's be an outsider permanently. Let them live peacefully within themselves. Let them administer themselves. We'll also administer ourselves separately. then we can live together as a peaceful neighbor. We will not go and interfere in their functioning. Let them also not come and interfere in our administration of ourselves. Then only peace can be prevailed. This is the message we have been conveying to the central government also. If you want peace to be in Manipur, the valley-hill divide is too big a divide now. You cannot merge it anymore. It can never come together again. Because geographically also we are so divided. The valley is so different and the hills are so different. Our culture, our tradition, our food habits, nothing is the same. The songs, the way we dress, everything is different. We had never shared an equal platform with them. We had never been treated as an equal partner also. We had never been invited or consulted in anything, in any policies they do. They bypass a hill area council, Manipur protection, Manipur people protection. If so, is it protection for the tribal also? If it is for the tribal, why is HSA bypassed? It means protection of the valley people, not the tribals. So this is the right time, only chance we have. And if we don't pick up this chance right now, we tribals will be forever doomed. And we, at least in Delhi, are not going to allow that to happen. We're not going to allow that to happen. So on the 9th, reach out to everybody. Let's come out in big numbers. We would be getting the required permission from the Delhi police. And at this juncture, I don't think Delhi police also in a position to refuse us. 9 tribal martyrs are lying unburied. On the 9th, it will be 100th day. It will be a shame for anybody to come on our path. So don't worry about anything. Everything will be taken care of. We all come out in big number, show to the government and tell. If they allow us to march till Parliament, we'll be very grateful. If they don't, we will say we will not return without meeting the Prime Minister face to face. Until you allow us to meet the Prime Minister face to face and talk about our issue, we are not going to back out. This is what we're going to raise to them. So once again, thank you everybody for coming out here. And as always said, you're not coming here and doing somebody a favor. You are doing yourself a favor. You are standing up for a cause. If your mother is here in Delhi, they'll definitely come out. You can see the mothers coming out there, day after day, day after day. You can tell them, Mom, I did my bit by coming out here in Delhi in the protest. Your mother will be happy. I don't think your mother will scold you. So we here in Delhi have a big job, a bigger duty. The voice of Manipur, no matter how big, cannot be heard. But the voice of the tribals here in Delhi, if we come out on the 9th in big number, the world is going to hear. Let the world hear the tribal voice now. Thank you.